a moment. I know this is not my usual setup stream, but I am doing what I have right now, right off of my fancy mobile phone. Do you like that? So let's give a couple minutes just to make sure that everyone migrate from my usual stream over here. And if you guys can do me a favor, for those who are watching right now, can you guys hear me okay? How is the audio here? Okay, give me 1 minute and we will get going. I am seeing, oh, here you go. Hey, those who are watching right now, don't be shy. Let me double check here. I'm new to live streaming on my mobile phone, by the way. Let's see here. Microphone. Can you hear me okay? Iman, hello Iman. CD, how are you? Alicia, Anthea. Oh, there is people here. I'm so excited. Maybe I should turn on the light. I'm sorry guys, as mentioned, I'm very new in live streaming on my phone. Usually how this works is after I hit live stream, I can't really adjust the light until I go live. Here, 1 second, please. Let me go ahead, give it some light. How is that? You know what? We're just gonna roll with it, and I will let my amazing video editor trim this video for us afterward, okay? So, happy Pride Week! Check out this gear. You like this gear? I know usually I always rock with my Amazon AWS stuff because a lot of my audience are interested in asking about interview tips and strategies for Amazon and or FAANG companies. But I'm very excited because in the month of, June, what am I talking about? In the month of June, I have quite a number of senior program managers and technical program managers landed a job offer at Microsoft, okay? So one of them bought me, I'm so excited, this, Asians at Microsoft. Let me just rock all Microsoft today. This is GLAM. I think it stands for Gay Lesbian Equality at Microsoft. And the hat, I just love the rainbow, showing off a little pride to those LGBT community out there. All right, let's continue on with today's live stream. If we're meeting for the very first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am a career coach and I live stream every single Tuesday in answering your questions. Thank you very much for reaching out to me directly, specifically on LinkedIn. Unfortunately, I won't be able to give you a quick tip because a lot of you guys, when you do reach out, your message are pretty long, yeah? It's not one of those where, you know, yes, your answer, keep your answer to 30 seconds. It's very in-depth. Many of you also sent me print screen of what your recruiter messages are. Unfortunately, my team will not be able to give you feedback, yes. I am guilty. I do have a virtual team because I have a lot of folks reaching out to me and I'm very customer obsessed with you guys, my amazing community. I see my paid YouTube community member here, Manook. Hello, Manook. SG in the house, Maria. If you want to become part of my community, you don't have to. That just helped me maintain my channel and move a lot of the spammer away. You know what spammers are when they keep on repeating themselves or promote their own services during the live stream. You can click on join in any tier should you want to, okay? But don't forget to download if you're new to my channel. If you go to my main page or in the description, there's a link to download my star template. You don't need to know what is the example for an engineer, for an architect, for a PM, for a finance analyst, for a sales role. The template is a template. I am simply teaching you guys a formula that will help you land your job with Microsoft, with Amazon, with Google, whatever company of your choice, okay? So what are you guys waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up inside this video, in the live video, okay? Because Google really loves the analytic, all right? So let's go ahead and answer some Q&A because I'm very embarrassed. Do you guys want to see my place? It's actually empty right now, okay? I talk a little bit about getting ready, prepared. The good news, knock on wood, the condo is in process of closing and we're actually moving out of Washington. This is why you hear a lot of echo. Check this out. This is it. Somebody's picking out of my kid's couch. You see that? It's pretty empty. It's pretty empty. That's really it. That's all the furniture I have in the entire place. That's why I'm a little scattered right now, but I will always show up to answer all of your questions because that is a commitment, you see, that I make for you guys. All right, so Give it all to me, everybody. And for those of you who are in my Interviewed or LinkedIn Accelerator, it's absolutely free, guys. Okay, if you, if you guys can give me like a quick 1 minute to talk about this, because a lot of you guys sent me messages. As mentioned, I get a lot of that in the online course. It tells you exactly what to do by sending me. What really is my team a couple days in advance. I'm happy to review all of your work right here during these live stream for free. Okay. All right. Hello, CD. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad you guys found me. Manina, apologize if I cannot pronounce your name correctly. Let's go right into greetings from Mexico City, Pablo. How are you, Pablo? Let me know if you have questions, Pablo. We listen perfect. You know, it takes a lot for me to live stream on my phone because the audio is so poor on my, embarrassingly, my AirPod. The echo was so bad where if you guys are showing up to a virtual interview, any kind of virtual meeting, the visual is not as important as the audio, okay? Because if your interviewer cannot hear what you're saying and your pronunciation, the way you articulate your answer, no one wants to hear you, it would stop like this, thumbs down, okay? So that is why audio is the most important for you, and that's why this is the only way for me to hook up my little tiny microphone is on my mobile. All right, excellent, thank you, Barda. Hello, Barda, thank you for joining us. Hang on 1 second. Let me go back and be myself. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, let me change clothes. All righty, there you go, and I'm back to my normal self. Hello, hello, Jaquan. Hello, Holly. Finally in time. A big hug from Mexico. There's a lot of Mexico in the house today. So that's cool. Thank you for coming in here and supporting my channel. Do drop your questions. Do me a favor, guys. Give me a giant Q in front of your questions so that my eyes can go right to it, okay? All right. And welcome to the career membership, Alex. I'm sorry. I know I'm horrible with name. I'm really trying. Okay. DBs. Hello, DBs. Economy. I applied for AWS Solution Architect position and passed the phone interview. Now the recruiters say the position is a senior solution architect. Did I get upgraded for a higher level? That only means that because they are the nature of the business and priority, if you're aiming for level 5 and you got bumped up to level 6, it's not because they want to give you a level 6 offer. It's because that is the need of where the business is. Majority of the time, that's what they would have done, okay? You didn't get upgraded to a different level. You must have had roughly about 8+ years of experience, right? Let me know, economy, if what I'm saying is relevant to you, okay? That is why. You're still going to be evaluated as the competency and the hiring bar to level 6. What does a level 6 mean on an Amazon environment? You know what? I don't know why I didn't think about it. I should have like all the FAANG company hats, which I do, except Facebook. I don't think Facebook have a hat. I don't have any gear on Facebook working for them for some reason. You know what? That's a great idea. So moving forward, when we're talking about specific company, I'm just going to switch hat. Great idea. Thank you, economy. Because of you, I just got that idea coming in. Okay? So as a level 6, you have to be able to have an answer almost right away. The interviewer should not be hinting you, okay? If they hint you, that's a level 5, but you'll end up solving the problem. For example, systems infrastructure, all right? What is your favorite product? I hope you're saying AWS, right? Or ECP payments, whatever that may be. Kind of similar to the type of environment you're interested in and what you bring on the table, right? Economy. So tell me about the infrastructure for that, okay? Now, like right now, okay? So as a solution architecture, before you start giving a solution, what do? We always ask probing questions for all of my tech folks. If you're tech folks, please give me a show of hand and say tech. Give me the word tech or non-tech so I know who I'm talking to, okay? Alrighty, carry on. Let me make this a little bigger, by the way. Thank you so much for the 11 thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Love myself some emoji, some coffee emoji as well. Talk about coffee emoji. All right. Hello, Leon. How are you? Iman. Hello, Iman. Can you confirm you see me as a member? Iman, you are not a member. Basically, you're part of my YouTube community, but not my paid YouTube community. That's two different things. The paid YouTube community, your view, if you go to my main YouTube page, for example, you click on the community tab, my post is it's a little bit different. I share a lot more strategies and tips to my paid member because nobody wants spammers, right? You know, there's a lot of people who take your stuff and recycle your stuff and sell it for you guys, right? I don't want that. So that's a little bit different with the paid community. All of my templates are on there, including questions to ask the interviewers. Okay, you know you are a paid member because you will have an emoji in red on there that I work very hard to create fun emoji so that I know during the live stream where I'm devoting my attention to right away. Okay. Amazon reach out, need to be ready for a senior account manager position. Let me go ahead and replace the pin, Iman. Iman, you're amazing. Iman, you are amazing, okay? The only advice I can give you is you have to be able to practice your stories. I know it sounds very cheesy, guys. I know Iman very well, my former accelerators, but just because you have good stories does not mean that you will get the job. It kills me because a lot of my VIP coaching member as well, they come in for a month, they're completely lost, fell 6 interviewed, we fixed their story, they're perfect to go, and boom, they left right away, and they don't even show up to a single mock interview. So how are you gonna deliver and articulate your answer, especially when you guys are interviewing for level 6? Yeah? Let me know if what I'm making sense to you, okay? Alfredo, is it normal to wait almost 2 weeks for economic proposal from Amazon? I don't know what an economic proposal is. I have never heard of it before. It is very normal for anything right now. The fact is that if Amazon can get back to you within 2 weeks, that's actually very fast, okay? Let me tell you guys why. For example, since this year, let's talk about 2022, or let's talk about everyone talk about recession, market crash. You guys know where I'm going. You know, the job market, the hiring freeze. Most recently, I was able to help a client of mine who's fairly high level from Amazon to Google, and that offer took about 1 month. That is super fast for a Google environment, okay? If Amazon's able to get back to you with anything at all within 2 weeks, that's actually really fast. So the time frame, which generally in average is about a couple of weeks to 1 month. So the best thing I can tell you guys is make sure you keep tab on your recruiter, and if you have contact of the hiring manager, you want that person to remember you, right? Okay, hopefully that answers your questions. Aranzab, I gave Loop interview AWS on the 9th, but I haven't heard back. What should I do? Follow up with them. Anthea, made it to the panel loop for Principal Program Manager. Tip for preparation, you need to watch every single video on my channel and actually implement all of my process, because guys and gals, all of my examples are there and it is free. Did I mention this is free? It's free, okay? So do all the work, because fellas, more than 5,500 people plus landed a job for free since 2020, okay? Every single week in average, I get about 15 to 20 people who land weekly, I'm not talking about a month, for free, because I get their message on LinkedIn, on email, like in my comment. If you read my YouTube comment, there's a lot of job offer and they're all free. It's in there. And all of those folks did exactly what I asked them to. Did I mention free? It's free, okay? So when you have questions for me, please be as specific as you can with your questions so I can have some fun. And you too, of course, right? Be very specific and make your questions hard for me. If you're talking about I'm interviewing for ABC, what is a quick tip? It's in my entire channel, guys, okay? In my entire channel. So be very specific. I'm struggling with what? I'm interviewing for ABC, and this is what I've done to prepare. What do you think? Like that. Let's have a conversation here, okay? Pochito, hello. I made it. I'll meet the bar. Did you have a job offer? Yeah. Pochito, you were just here last Tuesday, congratulations. Yes, congratulations. Make sure I know what your real name is, of course, and connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm the only Holly Lee that is a career coach and an ex-Amazonian, okay? Alex, welcome to my, I almost said VIP. I'm, excuse me guys, I was literally reviewing a lot of the work for my members, so it's stuck in my head fresh. Alex, welcome, part of my YouTube community. I have a loop coming up for a brand specialist, but I'm really struggling with dive deep questions. I'm not sure I have example. I'm gonna help you out, make it very, very easy for you. Stop thinking about diving deep and the leadership principle, okay? I say this in a lot of my video as of 2019. When I first started my YouTube channel, guys, I talk a lot about the LP because I thought that's what you guys need. And then in time, after 6 months, after a year of coaching so many clients, I wanted to change my method. What if I'm able to stop teaching the LP because I'm asking you to create 50, 60 stories and just focus on the 20 stories of my choice? Because if your story is that good, if you look at the questions, diving deep should be in all of your answer. I repeat, all of your answer. Diving deep is trying to figure out what the root cause is before you fix any problem. Yes? Am I making sense? Say yes if I'm making sense, okay? And once you figure out what the root cause is, then you start providing a solution. It doesn't even matter if you're tech or non-tech. You need to have a solution. Even if you're account manager, Iman, I'm thinking about you, right? What problem did you solve? And by the way, when you've done all of that, how did you deliver result? How, okay? So a lot of you, I'm a PM, I'm an analyst, can you give me a tip? It is the same. Stop focusing on every single LP because you just wasted weeks and months of your time. Look at the actual questions, and I want you all to create stories around the question, because even if you know what the LP is, okay? I'm just saying, you have to know what the LP is. You know the LP, now during the interview, you're already anxious, right? Who here is feeling the nerve here? I get it because I read all your messages, right? The anxiety is already kicking you in the back. And now you're thinking about the LP, you're thinking about the question, your brain is all over the place. I want you to be focused. I want you to just answer the question, okay? You guys can get hired just by what is the most innovative thing you've done, period, okay? You take that story and I want you to reread what you wrote. It should hit the LP 100% of the time, right? You know why? Did you think big? Yeah, because you deliver result. Do you dive deep? Of course you deliver results, right? What about insist on higher standard? Yes, because you deliver results. You guys see where I'm going? So are you customer obsessed? Of course you are, because you deliver results. You see where I'm going? So how did you deliver result? That's called, that how part is really important, because if that person has, for instance, having backbone, disagree and commit, they could simply just go and ask, by the way, what part of, whatever that solution is didn't work out for you? What were some of the pushback? You have your story because you wrote your story, yes? So this is why I'm just giving you guys a very brief high-level example where I don't teach LP anymore. I teach the actual question, because that can get you to the finish line a lot quicker, where it helps your brain muscles to remember your achievement. Not word by word of your story, your achievement, and you can easily work backward and create a story around that, even if you forget your stories, right? When you write your story, the whole point is you're not going to repeat every single thing word by word. Are you with me? Let me know if you guys are still with me. Okay? Kuno, hi Holly. I got an offer from Amazon. All right. Did you guys hear me say at least 15 to 20 people gets a job offer for free every single week? That's already 2, and we're going on 5 minutes. You see where I'm going? Alrighty then. And a lot of them are international. They can't show up to these live streams. Congratulations. They offer more than what I shared. Hang on here. Should I negotiate? If yes, how should I connect, email or meeting? Thanks. I actually talked about that in the last video, the most recent video that just came out. Also the 2022 job market update. Please take a look at that video, and I talk so much about salary negotiation. My advice is that you should always negotiate, because if you come from a small company and then you got like a giant come in and give you money and you be like, oh my God, this is so much more than what I'm making. But to Amazon, I'm like, oh wow, they accept so quickly. This is like the bare minimum offer. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just sign the offer, right? You don't know that. I also talk about levels, FYI, a lot, guys, okay? So please take my content with a grain of salt. I'm giving everything to you in my entire channel down to salary playlists, okay? So do your homework and then ask me if you have a specific question. Daniel, hey Holly, I've been watching your video. I'm happy to finally cut live. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. Vern, is this the same Vern that I know of? First live with you. Oh, different Vern. There's a Vern that recently accepted a recruiting position with AWS. Hello, I'm glad you can make it. Daniel says, I have a final loop on Friday. At Amazon, looking forward to the experience. That's my first job, so I'm going to reference academic project. Awesome. That's exactly what you should do. If Amazon is your first job, you can reference academic, but make sure, like the diving deep, your thought process on the problem that you're trying to solve. Don't just say, I'm building, I don't know what type of role specifically that you are interviewing for. Where are you? Security engineer. What did you put a project together for security to improve the security feature? What exactly did you do? Because security engineer could be a number of different things, right? Remember, guys, either you are entry level, mid level, or executive. All of your story have to be very, very specific. Yeah. Okay, I'm moving on really fast here because I have a hard stop. I generally live stream for about 2 hours, but today I have to cut it off in an hour. Okay. Alrighty. And for my paid community member, I will always answer all of your questions before it will turn into a member mode in the last 15 minutes. Mexico in the house. What advice can you share for 3 big wins? What do you mean, what advice can you share for 3 big wins? This is not an Amazon question because I've never heard of this before. So it really depends. Share 3 big wins. 3 big wins is a lot. You can talk for a really long time. Generally, people would say, what is your biggest advice? What is your biggest win? Let's talk about that. So I'm not sure where you're getting the question from. Remember, keep your question as detailed as possible and don't be general, because if you're general, you see what I'm doing here, it will take time away from the stream as well, okay? Noreen says, I'm new. Hello, Noreen. Welcome. I'm new. I have the phones interview next Tuesday for visual designer, Amazon ads, advertising experience. I have 4 stories ready so far. Please review. Thank you. If you have your story, you could drop them on here, Noreen, by the way, and you have to put the STAR format, okay, for me to do so. Economy, please do not spam. I see your questions. Anybody else who's here, you're more than happy to super chat or join as a paid member, but please do not do that. When you do that, it's taking me off guard. It's delaying the process. We good? All right. Shrijan, hey Shrijan, I'm interviewing for a product design engineer. Product engineering, I have a second phone interview next week. Is it going to be a behavioral or technical? Should I stick to my story from round 1? You guys know better than this question, right? If you really ask yourself, you guys know the answer. And I feel like oftentimes you just wanted to hear what I have to say. Okay, so I'm going to say it one more time to you guys. Do not ever repeat your question, ever. You are the hiring manager or your peer. You know, most of you have experience interviewing or sat through interview to get the job that you already have, right? Nobody wants to hear the same story because in the end, they will think that you don't have experience and you don't think big enough. You basically, you will not hit any of the LP because of the culture of being able to adapt to changes. You probably are not exposed to different environment, having 1 or 2 similar stories, okay? Juan, hey Juan, in the last interview process, by the way, I'm pinning your questions as I'm reading so you guys can see who I'm reading, okay? Any advice? I saw preparation video, STAR method. So for the delivery station, feel so excited for this. Anytime when you guys are looking for a quick tip or advice, before you do so, please do look at the video that's already there. The reason why I worked so hard in the last 3 years is to not repeat myself so often in every single Tuesday's live stream, because there's a lot of folks who's been with me for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and I wanted to make sure that as a community holding hands like this, we all learn from each other, okay? So a lot of the questions that you have, it is on there. I can't even tell you one specific video to watch, because the thousands of people who landed a job, they actually watch all of my content. I'm not saying it for you to watch my content. I'm just saying that the content is already there. If you go to even my main YouTube page and click on videos, all of the video, you can do a Control F to find, for example, star. I guarantee you, you can see so many of them popping up, like the word examples or the word stories. There's so many video where I'm carving out my personal experience at Amazon, Google, and Meta Oculus AR/VR to share with you, okay? So all you gotta do is to look at my format and duplicate the format, not my word, format, and then create your own words, yeah? Loose, hello Holly from New Mexico. Wow, a lot of New Mexico in the house. How are you, New Mexico? I wish I was in Mexico by the beach right now, but we're getting there. Where I'm moving, it's very close to Mexico, so I'm very excited. Dong, hello, Dong, how are you? Manu says, I'm new since AWS does not share feedback. How do we know where we went wrong? I've given a few L7 row cells position and failed twice. I did not answer the story in the story format crisp and clear. Well, that's why you failed, because you did not answer your question crisp and clear. Special level 6 and 7, where you're expected to get to the point quickly. Okay? That's where you have failed. I know that my tone could come up a little bit harsh, but that is the truth. If you really look back at the question, yeah, you remember most of the question and your answer, you just pretty much told yourself knowing exactly where, I wouldn't call it fail, I would just call it like a missed. So that there is an opportunity for you to polish up on your story, okay? If you need help, I'm the founder of my VIP coaching program. It's a very small coaching cohort. I'm only taking maximum 15 students at a time. There's a monthly and a 90-day program, depending on your comfort, of course. 95% of the folks have failed the interview. And data don't lie. If you go to hollylee.co/VIP, that's it. Just hollylee.co/VIP. You will see that all of my endorsement, every single one of them have failed the interview. Literally every single one of them, okay? And they're able to land a job within a month. There's about, I think like 70 of them are able to do that. And the rest in average is about 3 months, because they have failed so many times. It takes longer, yeah? It takes longer to really transform the entire background. Maybe they're not even interviewing for the right role, because that has happened before, right? Just because you fail a level 6 does not mean you're not a level 6. You could be a level 7. It takes time to really train. The way you write and the way you articulate should be mirror with one another. Okay. All right, Dong. A big thank you for your video that helps me. Oh, you got a job offer! Yay! Congratulations to our friend Dong. Congrats. All right. Oh, yes, Emma, or actually Emma, yes, I can see it now. Let me just pin this. I created a weekly report listing each item and date, leaving country, container number with estimated date of arrival in Long Beach and estimated date arrival in commercial warehouse. Are you trying to write your stories, Iman? Hang on, let me find what questions are you trying to answer, Iman? I'm not seeing your questions, but for the sake of time, I'm just going straight to review your story, okay? Right now, I'm going straight to member-only mode. If you are interested, you're more than welcome to join, but give me 1 second, guys. I need to switch this because some of you guys are spamming me on the video, okay? So let me go ahead and move the comment section really quick here. 1 second, please. God, I missed my dual monitor. Where is it? Where is it? Visibility, okay, I think I have to go through here. No, I do not want to change. It looks like it is not letting me switch. Visibility. My apologies, guys. It's very hard maneuvering with the iPhone and the laptop. I don't know how anyone else do it, but for me, I usually like my setup in advance. So if I don't get that, it just kind of takes me off guard, especially when we got people repeating themselves here. But don't worry, a lot of this content is going to be edited by the editor, okay? Okay. You know what? I am not going to waste any more of your time by doing so. So I'm going to just focus on member only questions for now. Okay? Alrighty. Let's go with. All right, Iman. I'm all yours. Okay. Iman, my expectation for you is very, very high. Okay? So let's find your S. Iman. S. The buyer was going to stop purchasing from us due to delay in missing deadline. First of all, who do you work for? What is your role? And it doesn't really make sense for me. Is it you work? I know your background, but the interviewer doesn't. So in your situation, it should always be, I like to share a story where what is the content of your story? It sounds like the buyer stopped purchasing, but who are your buyer? Who are your buyer, and what does your company offer? Okay. Your T is, I had to solve the issue of shipping products late to customer A to regain the buyer's confidence. Okay, just a little bit more specific. Who are we talking about, and what's the benefit of you supporting or helping your customers? Where's your action plan? I created a weekly report listing each item. What item are we talking about? So for me, it sounded really vague. The buyer, the item, but who is the customers? Why do they need your help? Why are you solving this problem for your customers? And when you created a report listing each and every item, or each item, such as what you don't have to give me every single thing. You could talk about the industry. You could talk about, is it clothing? Is it kitchenware? Wink, wink. I know where you're going. So give me a little bit more depth, because consumer companies like Amazon, Nordstrom, even Starbucks, I'm just thinking about, because I'm in Seattle, would really love that. Okay, so give me a little bit more content on that. Estimated date of arrival in Long Beach, and estimated date of arrival in Commerce Warehouse. So I would just trim down your verbiage a little bit to make yourself a little bit higher level. Okay, a little bit less. More, I would say more strategic, but focusing on your level, because you're at least at the bare minimum level 6. Okay. The result, from being very unhappy, the buyer added products. I still don't know what products we're referring to our everyday program, and launched the end cap selling 19 I don't know. I have no clue. So the story is a bit confusing to me. I would simply just in the end says I was able, because of my effort, I was able to add 19 additional products, such as what, to my customer, in helping them generate what in sales. Because if you're interviewing for an account manager positions, the client engagement or customer engagement needs to be there. What is your ROI? Okay, product is excellent, but there's no number to compare to. You can also talk about what product, for example, from 5 product to 19 product, serving millions of customers, right? So give me more data around that. Okay. Okay, again, guys, we are only focusing on member only. You're more than welcome to click the join if you want to. All right, Emma. Questions was how to deal with a challenging issue. Yeah, it's just, I got really confused, Emma, on that, because it was very unclear. I would need more specific. Okay. Alex says, let me go to Alex really quick here. Alex says, all of you guys who are member, please drop your questions. I wanted to wrap it up in answering all of them before we close out today, okay? Tell me about a time in which you have decided to manage something outside of your own area of responsibility. Where is your answer? Let me review them, Alex, okay? Got it. Thank you. You're welcome. I know you got it. Okay. let me go ahead and unpin this. Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, you received a job offer. What? Yay! I recently offered an SDE position. I have 5 YOE, but don't know whether they place me because I didn't do well in the system design portion. Should I be more aggressive to negotiate for SDE too? No. No, 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 no. The one thing that Amazon does really well is setting people up with level. Okay, just because you have 5 years experience does not make you an SDE2. There's a lot of people with 10 years of experience, they don't even meet the SDE1 bar, okay? At the end of the day and you had already mentioned this, that you didn't do well on system design. If they keep on hinting you to get to the answer, that's an SDE1 or an what is that? Or like an L4. An L5 is someone that takes maybe 1 hint or 2 hint, but in general, they can figure out solution very quickly. Okay? An SDE2 or an L5 engineer is someone who knows data structure, algorithm, mapping, object-oriented design and analysis fairly well. I'm not saying excellent, but at least average. You can solve the problem. Yeah? Okay? You cannot negotiate to a higher level when the bar is an what? Oh my God, it's been so long since I've worked for Amazon. I'm fading away here. If you're interviewing for a level 4, and you have an offer, you can't negotiate a level 5 because you have to meet that bar. All right? Let me know what that makes sense, Jimmy. But congratulations. Getting a job at Amazon is really hard. You know what, guys? Because the bar right now is even higher than ever. Yes, we're in a recession, and I see it's being in a recession. I don't know when the recession will stop, to be honest, but I think that end of the year, there should be another shift. Other companies will be slowing down. I see all the other companies really pausing for at least at the bare minimum end of 2023. Again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I have seen all of this in 2008 when I actually worked for Microsoft in 2008. Okay, I even that recession, I was laid off from Microsoft, so I know how that goes, all right? So don't focus your energy in applying and being so frantic and all of that. Focus on creating better, stronger stories. You're a tech person, great. Designing, problem solving. You guys, when you guys come to me and you ask me, Holly, I'm interviewing for a 5 and a 6, I got a 5, a 4, I got a level 4, can I level up? You already know the answer because read what you guys are asking me. All right, I love you all, appreciate y'all, but I'm very transparent with you because my job is to not make you feel better, professionals. My job is to be as honest as possible because I did work at Amazon for 7 years. I was an interview trainer on top of my full-time job. I grew my career as an L6 recruiter to full life cycle, to leadership, to trainers on top of all of that, okay? That's why I want to share with you that the company specifically hire people at that level because if they were to bring you in at a level higher, you will struggle. I'm telling you, it's really hard. Even coming from Amazon for all those years, I never once felt like my job was easy. It never, not once. Because once you're too comfortable, something else will hit the fan and you will have to literally save the world. You have to solve that problem almost right away or someone's knocking on your door. In this case, knocking on your Zoom call, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to Alex. Okay, Alex, I am waiting for you to see if you have, because you had a question and it kind of got paused for a second. In my current role, okay, here you go, Alex. All right, guys, this is the last story I will review for today because I don't see any other story from the paid YouTube community member at any tier, okay? And I will skim through very quickly for just the rest of you guys, but I'm picking questions that I have not answered already, so it doesn't sound like I'm repeating myself to you, yeah? Are we together or what? Yes. By the way, if you haven't already, smash that thumbs up button in the video. What are you all waiting for? Let's get this. Okay, Alex, in my current role, I'm replacing the pin, okay? In my current role, so number one mistake is never ever use the word we when you're interviewing. Never. We sounds like someone else is doing it and no one knows what your effort is, okay? In my current role, I sent out a magazine to the customers. What does that mean? Who's your customer? What kind of magazine are we talking about? I was concerned about the value of the magazine to the customers. Although this was not something that was within my role, more part of the marketing team, I really felt it could be a better value for the customers. So I took leadership and communicate my thoughts with the team. I made an action plan of how the content layout could be improved. Okay, let's change all of that. If I were you, I believe you mentioned you're interviewing for a market. This sounds like a marketing advertising team, right? Here's the thing, and you talk about Amazon, all right? I will simply be very, very clear. Remember, guys, what did you learn today? Be very specific in your story, okay? Very specific. Number 2, very concise. Number 3, be very clear what you're solving for, who you're solving for, who's your customer. And then lastly, you always try to avoid being redundant. Do not mention for my customer, like literally every single sentence. They will get lost. They will think that you don't have enough meat in your story, okay? So while you're telling me what the ROI is, the return on investment, I would simply just say as a what? As a marketing specialist, what is your current role? As a XYZ current role, my responsibility, or you know what? I don't like saying like responsibility. It sounds like it's really junior. I would simply just say in my current role, my goal is to deliver what type of magazine, business magazine, advertising magazine, what to the customers, not our customer, to the customers such as who, what are some of the vertical? Are we talking about consumer customers, small business? What is it? Get them excited. It's Amazon. Amazon's all about advertising. Amazon, Google, Facebook. What do you guys think they're making their money? On Alexa devices? No, ads, okay? They make their money on ads. So get them pumped up and just cut everything else out. What problem are you trying to solve, okay? You said, although this was not my responsibility within my role, part of the marketing team, I felt it could be better value for the customer. I don't know what that means. Your T is simply, what problem are you trying to solve? I would simply just say, because in the very beginning, you mentioned that your role to send magazine, but in your T, you're saying that this is not my responsibility. So I got really confused there. So I would polish up on your story, okay? When you say that I took the leadership and communicated my thoughts with the team, what did you communicate? How did you influence? Okay, because I wanted to add value, ensuring that the magazine has the data point that my customers, who's your customer, are looking for. I put a presentation together to influence my team or my leadership team by what? What data and matrix are you showing them in helping your customer, in generating more revenue for your company and your customer, okay? So somebody on the marketing team, you're always thinking about the end product and revenue, yeah? Revenue generate, because you're in marketing and advertising, all right? Let me know if what I just said makes sense. Brand specialist, yes. Especially as a brand specialist, what you just said, I don't really feel anything about brand specialist. How did you help brand? How did you help your customer brand? Okay? All right. Okay. Oh, more job offer. Diego says after 8 interview, I got a job offer from AWS. Woo woo! Should I review my offer? My offer expiration date. Should I review my offer expiration date? What do you mean if you should review your offer expiration date? You have to give an answer before the offer expiration. That is something where no employer will give you, take your sweet time to think, right? Remember, guys, we're still in a recession. We are definitely in a recession, and this is only the beginning. So if you got a job offer in the position you want, your dream company, one of your dream company, take it. Take it, okay? Because you earned it and you deserve it, guys, all right? But should you negotiate? Yeah. Okay? Just because we're in a recession doesn't mean that you deserve to pay less. I'm not saying your offer is less. I have no clue what your job offer is, but it doesn't hurt to say, are there any room to negotiate? But you do your data research where, guys? Levels FYI, okay? Figure out your self-worth before you go back in there to negotiate for that job offer. Thank you very much. I have to run right now. I will see you all next Tuesday, same time, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like me to review your stories, the biggest tip I can give you all is be as humanly specific of your example as possible. You're not going to get a job at Amazon if you're being very general. Amazon never look for generalists. They look for experts in that area. Even if you're junior level, if, for example, even if you are, this is your first job, you're fresh out of college and you are a machine learning engineer, you better have examples about what you have built and done with machine learning in academia, right? All right, so be well, have a fantastic weekend. And if you all are coming to the parade in Seattle, I will see you there. I don't know, I may just jump in and march with Amazon. I don't know how that works yet. But happy Pride, everyone. Have a good one.